How y'all doing? Let's talk about religion. I grew up Catholic, and that was an experience. That was an experience for sure. I did the whole thing where I got baptized and did the first communion before before I got my first communion and all that. When I'd go up to the priest to accept, the thing, I had to go like this. Just doing that, bro. I felt like I was like 7 years old again. Jesus Christ. Oh man. I mean, I guess 7 years old was when I had my first communion. I was like seven, so I guess more like six, 5 or 6. Yeah. That's then the priest would give you a little blessing. Be on your way. Oh shit, man. Religion. Religion. Let me tell you about something that shaped my worldview for better and for worse. Because there's a lot of good shit about religion. There is. The bad shit is really, really bad. There's a lot of good shit about religion. There is. It's a great place. A great, not place. I mean, you don't like go to religion. You do go to church, and that's I guess where I was going is like it's a good way to like congregate, meet people, you know, it's a good way to like form some relationships under like this common like this bond that like we are the the Christ people. Yes, we did it. We did it. Peace be with you. I can't do it to myself. But yeah, man. I mean, like I remember like those wooden pews, and I'd turn around, there'd be like an old person, and I'd turn around and I'd see like a classmate at the Catholic school across the street where we would attend. I remember religion class. Religion class was interesting. We had to like memorize. I remember I think I was in like probably like fifth grade, sixth grade, somewhere around there for religion class. Like we had to memorize prayers, and then we'd have to like go in a line in front of the teacher, and we'd have to like recite the prayers to her to get a passing grade for that assignment. Because each prayer, I think it was either like I think it was like a group of prayers would be an assignment. And so in order for us to get an A on the assignment, we'd have to be able to memorize that group of prayers. It's like studying like the fucking act of contrition like 20 times before having to say it to the teacher. Oh, Jesus. I don't miss that, man. I don't miss that shit one bit. It's so goofy. That's such a goofy thing to have a kid do. But anyway, I I remember the ways in which it destroyed me. You and I don't know if this is so much the religion as it is the community I was in, but I do think that religion played a role in this major sense of conformity, or maybe not even conformity, rather a performance of normalcy. Well, this is just a good old fashioned Midwestern conservative Catholic town. you know, that kind of thing. But meanwhile, there's this underbelly of racism and childhood sexual abuse and you know rich people judging poor people and just shit like that. People just being judgmental, fake, two-faced. I once talked to this to this one woman I used to work with, and I believe she said she was a Christian, but she didn't really go to church that much. And you know what she told me? She said she said the worst people in the world are the ones who are going to church every Sunday because they need to be there. And that shit always stuck with me, and I'm like, damn. That's a good point, isn't it? What a poignant point. I couldn't have said it better myself. In an environment like that, you kind of lose your identity. Especially when you put Catholic school into the mix. Because now it's like, all right, now you gotta wear these uniforms, and you gotta like line up perfectly, and you gotta have your parents pay thousands and thousands of dollars for an education that's not even worth shit because we hired a teacher who specializes in English, and we decided to make her the primary math teacher for my 5th grade class. We got this math teacher, and he's pretty good at math, but we want him to do history. Yeah, let's have him do that. Oh, and also that one teacher who specializes in English, students are helping her solve math problems mid-class. And also, there's no air conditioning. It's just a fucking brick building, dude. Just a brick fucking prison. It's great. While you sweat in your khakis and your polo shirts. What the fuck, man? Like, we had to do PE. We had to do PE wearing that shit, like wearing fucking polos and long khaki pants, like what you wear to work. Like we had to like run and sweat in that shit, and then go through the rest of our day. Like I know it's like so horrible. That's just goofy as shit. I'm not like it's just funny, but what's not funny so much is just there really in this town I grew up in, there really was this constant sense of like uniformity, like you, and not in like the touching way, but in the like, oh, if you don't act like me, then something's wrong with you. Something's very wrong with you. You need help, or you don't belong here. People wouldn't literally say those things, but they would certainly make sure that you felt it. You know, and that's the magic of the Midwest. The magic of the Midwest is just passive aggression. It's just the most effective spell. We're the best at being passive aggressive. Nobody's better than the fucking Midwest. I mean, I guess LA too, but I don't know, man. I feel like the Midwest, like that's like we mastered that shit. We might have even birthed it. I guess this didn't really end up being about religion. It ended up being more about kind of a combination of things, more so. That's so funny. I guess this didn't end up being about religion. After I said so seriously, religion. I even drank the water after for effect. God damn. I'm worse than clickbait. Anyways, guys. You know what they say. Have a good night.